Georgie Dickinson, thanks. Yeah, joining me live in the studio is the Deputy Nationals Leader, Kieran Gilbert. We were just talking off air about how concerning that is for the two young girls, and so many of us can relate to it with our own kids and various others and nieces and nephews that travel.
It's a rite of passage for Australian kids, isn't it, to go travelling, take a gap year, and, you know, going to those places in Asia is often part and parcel of it, and just going to a bar and innocently buying a drink and to find themselves in hospital. I pray for them. I hope they pull through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. On to this other situation out of Woollahra in Sydney. I spoke to your colleague Bridget McKenzie earlier this hour. She says it's essentially law enforcement not acting tougher sooner.
Oh, look,
what's your reaction to this?
Yeah, look, ever since October 7th, we have seen increasing, we've seen protests, we've seen rallies, and we accept that everyone's got a right to protest, but they seem to be getting sort of heavier and heavier. And when we had the encampments on universities and everyone took a hands-off approach saying we can't step in, we've got to allow these people. But people felt vilified, and this is just that, it's increased in intensity. This is really concerning. The violence that we saw is really concerning, and we need to actually take action.
And the very targeted nature of it in Woollahra, a suburb where there are many, in the eastern suburbs, many Jewish Australians. They should not have their homes and cars and their safety violated.
They should not feel at risk, but they clearly do. I mean, this is very concerning for that community, and I'm very pleased to hear the New South Wales Police speak so forcefully about it, calling it a hate crime, and I hope that we see action. I hope we see charges laid.
Yes, indeed. On the social media age limits, it looks like the Coalition's on board with this, and some progress in legislation to be put hopefully before Christmas next week.
We are supportive in principle. Peter Dutton led on this. I mean, Anthony Albanese has actually been dragged to this position. We led on it back in July. We called for age verification and age limits to be put on social media. Parents have been calling for it. That's the important thing to remember. This is not politicians telling parents what they should do. Parents have been calling for it. So we are absolutely...
Have you had that sort of feedback from voters that they're supporting this?
From parents saying, we need help. Every parent knows that they have a responsibility, but they are also like, we need help here, because sometimes things are just beyond our control. So we have seen, tragically, young people take their lives because of online bullying. And if this can save one life, then I think it is a good thing to do.
Absolutely. And the misinformation bill, that looks like it is not going to get through. The crossbench joining the Coalition in slamming that piece of legislation.
It is a bad bill. It is poorly drafted. It is an encroachment of free speech, which we have a right to in this country. I acknowledge free speech also comes with a responsibility, but the mis and disinformation bill is just a bad bill that we cannot support.
They'll probably pull it,
Yeah, it should be pulled.
And this looks like some around this place think this will be the final sitting fortnight. Is that your gut feel?
Look, I think you'll see me in February. That's my gut feel. Yeah. I might be wrong, but I think you'll see me in February.
Yeah, OK. Well, we'll probably see you anyway. But Senator Kieran Gilbert, great to see you as always. Thank you. Now,